Whether you're in the market for a car that works for your family or something that looks luxurious to drive around on the Sundays, the BMW M8 competition has something for everybody. I'm Kevin from Elite Fine Cars, and today we're going to be reviewing the BMW M8 competition. Let's get right into it. We hope you guys are enjoying the videos, and if you are, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you're shopping for a newer used vehicle, head on down to Elite Fine Cars where we'll have an associate ready to help you find your dream car. And don't forget to let us know you saw us on YouTube. So starting off at the front end of this car, it's basically what you would expect from a BMW. And the one thing that I would definitely pick over the 2020 BMW M8 was when we reviewed the M4 competition. Basically the same car, but this one was just built to be better and stronger. Obviously, you got the 4.4 liter V8 engine in this car, producing about 617 horsepower to the wheel. Now, this being the BMW M8 competition, this car actually comes with xDrive, which xDrive for BMWs means that it's all-wheel drive. But the cool part about this car is it actually has an option to just be rear-wheel drive when you have an M package on it, which this one does have that M package. Now, looking at the front, you get kind of exactly what you expect with the BMW. You have like these kidney grills, like the old style of that, like I was explaining in the M4 competition video. This is a make it or break it for a lot of BMW customers. And quite honestly, I sit there level with them because I completely agree with these. These kidney grills, to me, this is like the staple of BMW. When I look at the front end of a BMW, this is what I expect to see every single time with this nice, big, beautiful BMW logo right here. Look how perfectly this camera right here just blends into this kidney grill. I love that. You can't even tell it's there. And the best part is you see this parking sensor right here. And the one thing we pointed out on the M4 competition was it kind of sat out like a sore thumb. But then when you have this nice kind of air intake grill right here that probably goes right into your radiator to help cool your vehicle, this parking sensor kind of hides itself. Like if I'm sitting down here looking down at it right now, I'm limited visibility from here. You really got to be looking at the car head on to see that parking sensor, which is something I really like about that. It kind of hides those features to make quality of life better, but they also integrate it in a way that makes it look nice. Now, everything you could expect on a BMW, you have the BMW laser lights, which look absolutely stunning. It essentially looks like this plastic here in this headlight. It looks like it's a crystal, which that's something I think that BMW adds that just makes this car feel more luxurious, right? Taking a more look at the front end, the one thing you'll always know comparing like a BMW M4, M3, M5, M6, M7 is the BMW M8 has this long hood, and go figure it needs a long hood because it needs a lot of room to pack that 4.4 liter V8. This thing puts out 617 horsepower. Its 0 to 60 is under 3 seconds and 0 to 100 in about 3.2, 3.5 seconds. This isn't just a regular car. This is a sports car, this is a luxury car, and a family car. Starting at the side of this vehicle, you have these classic BMW M Comp wheels, which is nice. You have this nice fractal design right here, which I honestly would think when looking at this, I think of Lamborghini rims, oddly enough, which it kind of has that look to it where you don't really see it that well, but the one thing that stands about Lamborghinis is they really like to use like trapezoid / hexagon shapes. And to me, I just see like those kind of like hexagon shapes all thrown into here just in different sizes. That's why I'm calling it a fractal to size. But with the BMW M8 Comp, you get the 20-inch alloys, pretty big wheels, obviously for harboring a pretty powerful engine. And in a sense, you could say that this car actually has staggered tires. You have 20-inch alloys on the front, you got 20-inch by 9.5. And then in the back, right over here, you got 20-inch with 10.5 wheels. They come with the powerful Michelin all-pin tires, good for obviously whatever you need, touring the country, going on a family road trip. You got this vent here on the side to probably help with aerodynamics, engine cooling and whatnot. But the one thing that I think stands out that a lot of people really don't know about a lot of these cars is, this is obviously, as you can see, it's a soft top coupe. This makes the car actually heavier. Now, everybody has this common misconception that when you have a soft top roof, your car instantly gets lighter, which would make sense. You go from a roof, a solid roof, to just this material, so you think it's a lot lighter, but that's actually a misconception because this car actually is heavier than a hard top roof because you need the entire mechanism for opening and closing this roof. Could that be different when you have, like, for example, the M4 competition with the carbon fiber roof? That could definitely be the case. But right now, at a regular car, the soft top is actually heavier for this vehicle, and we're actually going to get into that a little bit later because there's a lot of cool features with this soft top roof we're going to get into. Taking a look at the back, I kind of feel like it has a mix of two different cars for me. I get BMW with a nice BMW logo and the nice lights here. I would expect a little bit of more of a wing with an M8 competition, especially because this thing's packing a punch when it comes to horsepower. But obviously you do have to sacrifice in some areas for this car, because although you want that big wing, you also need this thing to be able to open and not hit your actual trunk when this portion opens up to let that roof in and out, right? They have this little duck lip for aerodynamics and just keeping that downforce on the car as you're driving, which is perfect. You have this similar look to the BMW M4 comp, which I really like that package on the M4. Nice rear diffuser, also looks really nice with the quad tip exhaust. Everything back here just looks super clean to me. This M8 badge stands out, and on other cars when they do bigger badges, I do believe that the badges sometimes stick out like a sore thumb. But this, in my opinion, is absolutely beautiful. It looks good. You have the nice M stripes on there, which everybody knows when you see those stripes, you know that it's an M package on this car. But the one thing that I think everybody is curious about is looking inside this trunk and comparing the trunk space between a hardtop M4 comp and a soft top M8 competition. So we're gonna grab the key and we're gonna pop this trunk open and we're gonna take a look. Look at this. Big difference. Massive difference between the M4 and the M8. In the M4, we were talking about how you have all this space for groceries and golf clubs and maybe a family vacation. But looking at this in the initial, you think like there's no actual space, but there's a lot of different things you can do to actually maximize space in the back of this BMW. So right here to the left, you have your safety box. I think there's probably a med kit. You have your tire kit, anything like a patch tire kit. Something goes wrong on the road, you have those kits over there. You have a small little space right here just in case you want to hold something small. And then your trunk space goes decently back. I think it goes back to, I would say, a little bit past the roof, which is really nice. You have that extra room if you want to put something longer into this car. But then you see this flap right here. This flap right here is actually for the soft top roof. So there's two options that you can do for this roof to actually maximize space in the back of your trunk. So when it's open, you can open up your soft top roof up and down and there'll be no issues. But if you want to be maximizing space, let's say you have something taller like a box or luggage or something going in, right here you see a little bit of a cutout. That's where your hand goes, and you're gonna wanna push right here, all the way up, just like that. And it clicks very, very easily. There's no real tension on it. You just push it up and it literally snaps into its own place, right? But now looking, this is a lot of space. This goes back to the same comments I was making about the M4. You could do a lot with this trunk space. You can go golfing with your buddies. You can take a little road trip and pack suitcases and luggage back here, but you can also take this for a grocery run, which is the nice part about it. And that's something that a lot of people with convertibles actually struggle with, is trunk space, because that roof tends to take up a lot of space on these vehicles. And it's sometimes a downside of buying a convertible car. But BMW has found a way to integrate that convertible roof, but also maintain and maximize that space. Now, obviously the biggest difference is you have these massive pillars here. You don't have that extra trunk space, which I guess some people might not like it, but you need space for that mechanism to go. Without that mechanism, your roof would not be going up and down. All right, let's close this and let's take a look on the interior of this car. All right, first impressions getting into the BMW M8 competition here. Oh, wow. Instant reaction of getting into this thing. I have to be honest, I love this. This is my favorite BMW I've ever sat down into. And let me tell you why. Compared to the M4 competition, getting into those carbon fiber bucket seats was a little bit of a hassle, because you had these edges right here on the seat it's very stiff because it's meant to hug you as you're taking turns and whatnot. That's what the carbon fiber bucket seats are meant for. You're supposed to be hugged in, you're supposed to feel secure, and there's not supposed to be much leeway for you to kind of teeter left and right, which for a sports car, it's something that's very, very beneficial. But getting into the M8 instantly, the seat has a lot of cushion to it. I feel comfortable, but at the same time, I still feel secured in the seat, which is a nice thing. That's what you want when you're having a best of all three worlds of that family car, of that luxury car, and that sports car. Now, the other thing that initially came to mind stepping foot into this vehicle is, as soon as you close that vehicle, you get this kind of soundproofing sound in here, which it sounds very nice. It's kind of that feeling you'd get when you sit inside of a luxury vehicle, where you don't really hear much outside noise, which initially to me gives me the impression that this car is built a lot better. There's not cheap materials, there's a lot of high quality materials in here, and I honestly feel that in the general look of this car. Following with BMW, you have all the same buttons that you would in any BMW. You have their classic BMW handles here on both sides here. You have nice also speakers here. These are the Bauer and Wilkins that go all along this car here. You have the memories for your seat, for profiles for your seats 1 and 2, unlock your window controls and everything. Now, the one thing I will say is with the center console here in the infotainment system, I think it's a big upgrade over the M4. This feels like I am in a cockpit right now. This feels like everything is catered and tailored to me. Everything feels at its disposal to me. You have your start and stop really close in a nice position. You have your shifter, your nice infotainment system, and then you have your center console here. The nice part is it feels like it's catered to me, the driver, as opposed to if I was sitting in the passenger seat. If I was sitting in the passenger seat, this feels like it's out of my way and it's more so catered and curved towards the driver, which is something, especially when you're driving a car in any sort of way, whether that's rallying it, just taking a Sunday drive, or maybe going on a little field trip with your family. This car has all of that in it, which is something I really like. The other thing is this car has a lot less carbon fiber than the M4 comp, which I'm completely okay with that. I think carbon fiber adds a lot to a car, but sometimes when you overdo it, it kind of looks like you're trying to go for a carbon fiber car rather than just a comfort car as well. Now looking around everything, you have USB charge and 2 cup holders, a nice wireless charging pad here for your phone. It's basically what every car gives you now with those relative features with USB, you got USB-C charging, you got wireless charging for your phone, touchscreen. It's kind of the basic things as cars advance throughout years. It's what you would come to expect in these cars. The one thing I'm looking around is visibility in this car is actually pretty good. These mirrors on the side of this car are massive. They give you a lot of vision from what it looks like. And the one thing that I'm really liking about this car is when I'm looking to the left and I'm looking behind me, this mirror kind of looks over the back of that car. So I think it also gives you more visibility when driving. So if you are driving a little bit fast and you really want to feel the roar of this 4.4 liter V8, you have the means to do it with the engine, but you also have the safety and peace of mind when looking around you. Now that we've sat in the front seat, and I am really surprised with the comfort by this, like very surprised. I've been so comfortable sitting here, I quite honestly don't want to get out of this front seat, but I think it's time to just step into the back and really go over that day-old myth of if you have a convertible, do you lack passenger seating in the back? We're gonna hop into the back and we're gonna take a look and see what that feels like. Okay, stepping into the back seat of this BMW M8 now. So you have a little lever right here that just pulls this seat back, and also it's nice. Don't push, because this is actually all mechanical. It doesn't move on its own freely like most cars you expect. It's actually a mechanism. So the second that button touches the back, there's a little motor that pushes this thing forward slowly. Okay, stepping into the back seat here. Oh, I'll be honest, it was a little bit of a tight squeeze. I personally would not sit back here. I'm 6 feet tall and I'm a little crouched in here right now. I can't stand up fully because if I do, I'm hitting the top of my head here. But just like the front seat, you maintain all of that comfort. These seats are padded very beautifully. And if this was a little bit taller for me, I would 100% say, hey, this would be perfect for having 2 people in the back. But I would probably stick to just having kids back here, because you can easily set up like a car seat or something over here with these hooks right here for your car seat. But I wouldn't really have any grown individuals back here because you wouldn't have that room. Very nice stitching back here on all the leather. I think it really gives the feeling of this car, and it's also nice. You have these massive speakers here connecting with that the Bowers and Wilkins sound system. But still, back here, it sounds very like I'm in like a studio. It sounds very like clean sound, that if I was having a conversation while going down the highway, I would hear you perfectly because of the sound in this car. And I would honestly initially think that we would lose some of that because of this, because of the cloth roof from the convertible, but quite honestly, we don't. Now sitting here, the one difference I find between the front and the back here, I'm more like straight up here. This feels really good for my posture. as opposed to the front seats. I feel like I'm kind of more like leaned back like this, but here, like there's such a big dip on the seats that it kind of forces you back into the very back here. Like my back is right up against the seat and it feels really comfortable. It really pushes the point that this is a sports car and also a family car, which is something I really enjoy that BMW did with this car. It made it the best of both worlds for everybody. Now that we've checked out the back seat, I think it's time to hop into the front and check out the sound of this thing. Now for the part that I hope everybody's been waiting for, because I've been dying to hear this part. This car has an insane exhaust where I'm gonna say it now before I start this. You're probably not going to be able to hear me after, but this car sounds insane. Just let me show you what I'm talking about. You hit your brake, engine start stop. That's unbelievable. Now, the one thing everybody's waiting for is to hear this thing rev. We're gonna give it a quick go. Ready? Like I said, from hearing that exhaust, this is not only a family car and a luxury car, this is a sports car. This is a sports car that everybody would be happy with. I love BMW for one reason. They're one of the few car brands that actually give you sort of features that make your life easier. So instead of going into this car and having to put the top down, I waited for this very moment to show you this. You just grab your unlock and you hold this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. Windows are going down, your top's already going, continuously holding this key. Look at this. That is a very, very fast open close top down. And just like that, the top is down and this car is ready to go outside now. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know what you guys liked best about this car. Is it the interior with this comfortable seating, or is it this powerful 4.4 liter V8? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.